I'm here today with my top favorite high-end foundations. Y'all know foundation is probably one of my favorite makeup item. I love trying new foundations. I have pretty normal skin. I'm not overly oily. I'm not overly dry. I do have a little bit of an, my T-zone can get a little bit oily now and again, but for the most part, pretty normal skin. I don't have sensitive skin. I don't have acne prone skin, and I don't have a ton of texture. So I have pretty good skin. I take really good care of it. I'm a huge skincare buff, and so I just have a lot of foundations I really love. So the reason I tell you all of that about my skin is so that if you have similar skin, you'll know if these will work for you or not. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have like 13 high-end foundations. That's a lot. Don't worry, I'm going to do my favorite drugstore as well. I'm also doing my least favorite high-end foundations, and I'm going to do a least favorite or foundations I regret of drugstore. So there's going to be a total of 4 videos in this series. I'm going to tell you each of these foundations, the price point, and if they're similar to like other foundations in this video, because there are a couple that I feel the consistency of them, the wear on them, the way that they look on the skin is very, very similar, and in my opinion, they are kind of interchangeable. So depending on the price range or brand that you like more, you can kind of, in my opinion, interchange them. The price range for these foundations range from $34 to $110. Most of them are in the $30 to $40 range, and like I said, this is all high-end stuff. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on each product, kind of run through them quickly because there are a lot. So before we get into the foundations, I would love for you guys to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. My name is Cassie, in case you didn't know, and yeah, this is my channel, and I do a lot of different types of videos, a lot of tutorials, a lot of testing new products, a lot of favorites videos. I do some fitness, athletic type videos on my channel too. I definitely need to do more of them. So yeah, if you are new, please subscribe, and all y'all, if you're watching this, please give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get into the foundations. The least expensive one that I have is one of the newest ones, and this is the Fenty Beauty foundation. This retails for $34. I adore this. I adore this foundation. If I have first impressions or videos of any of these foundations, I will make sure to leave them in the description box below. So you'll see the name of the product, a link to where you can buy it, and then if there's a tutorial or a video on it, it'll be right under that foundation. So this one's the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. This is brand new. I fell in love with it the very first day that I wore it. This kind of has some mixed reviews. Some people hate it. I personally loved it. It makes my skin look absolutely flawless. The shade I have is 230, which is a great shade when I am tan. I probably would be more like 200 or something along those lines during my more fair times, but I love it. It is lightweight on the skin. It feels like skin. In my opinion, because I don't have a lot of troubled areas, it's definitely a medium to buildable full coverage for me. If you have a lot of redness in your skin, or you have a lot of acne, or a lot of things that blemishes that you need to cover up, it may just be more of a medium coverage on you. I've watched a lot of reviews. Some people say it's a light medium coverage. For me personally, because I don't have a lot of pigmentation issues with my skin, it's definitely a medium coverage. You can see a tiny bit of my natural skin peeking through, but it's buildable to a full coverage on my skin because I don't have a lot that needs to be covered up or hyperpigmentation or anything like that. So I think that the coverage is going to depend on what the canvas is that you're working with. So I absolutely love this. It's long wearing, it's light on the skin, it doesn't feel heavy or cakey, it doesn't look like foundation in my opinion on my skin. It looks very natural and absolutely stunning. So this is my first one and the least expensive. They have 40 shades, which is a huge range for any foundation line, let alone a new brand that just comes out. Another thing is a lot of people said this oxidizes. It does not oxidize. So I actually watched somebody from Fenty Beauty talk about this foundation particularly and the fact that people were saying it oxidizes. That's not the case. It basically will dry down to a different color than when it's wet. They correlated it much to like paint. So when you paint the wall, when it's wet, it's a little bit of a different color than when it dries. So what they suggest doing is swatching it on your arm or wherever you're swatching it and let it fully dry to see the full color of it. So when it is wet, it is going to be a different color than when it is dry. So it doesn't oxidize, and so that means it's not going to get darker throughout the day. It just gets darker once it dries, just like paint would. So that is how they explained it. It doesn't oxidize according to them. It's just when it dries, it may be a slight bit darker, but I love it. Shade 230 is my shade. All right, the next one is one of my favorites for the summer, for those natural skin days, for the gym, for all of my girls who aren't into a ton of foundation. This will be your favorite product. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done Hybrid Complexion Perfector. It has SPF 20 in it. This retails for $36. I do kind of jump between shades with this one. I do light medium more when I'm fair, and I do medium when I'm more tan. It is extremely lightweight on the skin. It looks like skin. It doesn't look heavy or cakey. This is the perfect product for somebody who wants something very easy. You can apply it with your fingers, a beauty blender, a sponge, which is the same thing, a brush, and it just looks like your skin but better. If you have a lot of problem areas or you're really wanting to cover a lot up, this will not be for you, but if you want something lightweight, light coverage, to me this is like a light to buildable medium because like I said before, I don't have a lot of problem areas. With this product, your natural skin will peek through. It holds up really great through my workouts. It just is a fantastic light foundation. I absolutely love this. To kind of like a little bit of a bump up from a tinted moisturizer. If you're used to light to medium coverage foundations, this is like a light coverage foundation, in my opinion. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. It's more of a moussey whipped consistency. I personally love using this with the beauty blender or any kind of like damp complexion sponge. So love this one. If you want a really good no makeup look, this is the foundation for you. All of my girls who love a luminous glow to your skin, this is my favorite. This is the Natasha Genoa Face Glow Foundation. It has SPF 15. I am in the shade 40. That is mostly my tan shade. So I only really wear this when I have self-tanner on because I do not have this foundation in a lighter shade. This one I believe is described as like a light medium skin tone with like red undertones. I don't know that I have red undertones, but this works perfect. It's like one of my favorite tones of foundation that I own. This is more of like a medium to buildable full coverage on me. It gives a beautiful glowy like luminosity to your skin. It's not oily and it's not like greasy looking or dewy looking. It just is like glowy, like that radiant lit from within. Airtime on this is not as great as some of the other foundations I'm going to show you. It doesn't claim to be a long wearing foundation, but it does give you that really pretty luminous glowy look, makes your skin look extremely healthy and beautiful. So the next is the Natasha Genoa Foundation X Foundation. This retails for $45. If you're wanting to try a Natasha Genoa foundation, this would be the one for long wearing, more of a full coverage look. This would be the one for you. It is their full coverage Fruit Complex foundation. This one I feel like has really great coverage. It lasts really well throughout the day. I don't find that it's like overly matte. It's kind of like that right in between like a glow and a satin finish for me. It lasts really nice. I don't get overly shiny or dewy throughout the day, but it's not like a super matte finish either. So this one is really great if you're wanting a full coverage foundation, because this one I would say is more of a medium coverage. And the shade that I'm in the Natasha Genoa is also shade 40. This is called Natural Light Medium Red Undertone, and this is also great for when I'm self-tanning. All right, the next is very well loved. This one is almost out. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Lasting Liquid Foundation. It is oil-free, SPF 20. This one retails for $45. The thing that I love about this one, it is light. It feels like skin. It literally looks like a second skin on your face. It's very long wearing. I do find towards the end of the day it does kind of get a little bit glowy on me, but it lasts really well. It never looks like makeup. It doesn't look cakey. It just melts into your skin so perfectly and just gives your skin the like perfect my skin but better but fuller coverage. So it's not like a full coverage foundation. To me this is like a medium coverage. Some of my natural skin still peeks through, but it lasts really well. It evens out the canvas of your face. It looks like your skin, and it's amazing. I want to try the Glow foundation. I haven't tried that one yet, but this one's really nice. You have to shake it up. You can see it's been sitting in there for a little bit. The Synchro Skin foundation, I am in shade Neutral 3. This is kind of my in-between my fair and my tan shade, kind of when my self-tanner has worn off. This is what I go to. It's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful on the skin, and I feel like it gives me that perfected skin look, and so this one, I love it. All right, the next one is a newer foundation to me. This is retails for $47. It's the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-Hour Makeup SPF 15 Wear and Comfort Retouch-Free Divine Perfection. I have the shade 340 Bisque Neutral. This is also more of a tanner shade for me. I really like this one because much like the Synchro Skin foundation, it is that light, airy feel on the skin, like it just feels like skin. This is more of a full coverage, long wearing foundation, but even though it's full coverage, it's not heavy. A lot of full coverage foundations, which you'll see some in my products I regret buying video of high-end foundations, some full coverage are just so thick and heavy that it just feels like you have a mask on your face. And I don't like that. I actually prefer a medium coverage foundation. I don't like something that just like looks like I put a mask on because I don't need that for my skin. This, I feel like if you have troubled areas, it will do a great job of covering it, but it's still light. If you have super dry skin, I don't know if you will love this because I do find it is quite a bit matte on me. I think I have a video with this that I will, oh yeah, I do have a first impressions or something using this. Again, they'll be linked down below, but I absolutely love this foundation. If I need something that's gonna last throughout the day, needs to like not get dewy and super glowy on me, and will just really keep my skin nice and perfect. This is a fantastic one. So the next is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This retails for $48. I have the shade 3N1 Buff. That is great when I am really tan. I want to get a lighter shade, but this is a beautiful foundation. It is long wearing. It has great coverage. It's buildable. So it comes out moussey, but then when you blend it in, it blends in to be like a second skin. Some of these foundations, you know, when they're a little bit thicker, they kind of stay really thick on the skin and they kind of sit on your skin. This one, while it pumps out creamy, it really does blend and melt into the skin absolutely beautifully. And I love this. It's long wearing, it's great coverage, it's light on the skin, but it still like covers up what you need to cover up. So this one is really, really beautiful. I find that compared to the Lancome one, this one's just a little bit more heavier, I guess, than this one on my skin, but they're almost interchangeable to me, to be completely honest. Well, there's a massive shade difference. Maybe this is more for when I'm light, because this looks super, super dark. But I absolutely love the Laura Mercier one, and I just don't have anything bad to say about it. All right, the next is the Marc Jacobs. This is the Genius Gel Foundation. I have number 62 Fawn Light. This retails for $48. Again, another tan shade. This is a really interesting foundation. I used to hate it, then I bought it again, and now I really like it. It is a thicker gel, like it is a thicker foundation, but I feel like it does melt into the skin really nicely. It lasts really well throughout the day. To me, it's like very similar to like the Laura Mercier one. They all kind of have that natural skin finish. This foundation can get cakey if you kind of go overboard with it. So to me, less is more with this one. When I find this one is a really great medium buildable full coverage. It looks beautiful on the skin. It lasts really, really well. I know that some people, if they have really oily skin, don't really love this one. Again, I'm pretty normal and this one works great, and I absolutely think it's a beautiful foundation. Definitely need to get some lighter shades though, because Fawn Light is quite dark. Next is the YSL All Hours Foundation. I did a video, a couple videos actually using this one. This one I absolutely love. I know that people are a little bit, there's a video going around and people are like, don't use it, it's horrible for your skin, because apparently like the second or third ingredient is not great for your skin, which could very well be true. I have not done my research, and I just really like it, and I love the way it looks on my skin. I don't want it to be bad for me. This is the shade B40 Sand, which is like my more tannish shade, but I feel like that kind of works, and I'm not super tan. This just blends so nicely. You don't need a ton of product. It looks stunning on the skin, and it lasts all day long. You can build it up in the areas you need to build it up. A lot of these foundations are pretty interchangeable. This one, which is the YSL, I feel is very interchangeable with the Laura Mercier, which is pretty much interchangeable with the Lancome. So all three of these are great long wear foundations, light on the skin, buildable if you needed a little bit fuller coverage, and they all last all day long. So these are all just like top-notch foundations for me. I have the Givenchy Matissime Velvet Radiant Matte Fluid Foundation. This retails for $54. I have the shade 05 Matte Honey, which is a little bit more of a darker shade for me. They don't have a ton of shades in this range, which I find interesting. I really like this foundation. I need to reach for it a little bit more because every time I wear it, I'm like, ooh, my skin looks so nice. This one is definitely more of a liquidy consistency, very, very light, a nice matte finish, but it's not like a matte. It's more of a satiny, natural matte, so it doesn't make your skin look dry or dehydrated, but it does stay like nice and matte, but it has a little bit of radiance to it, which I really like. I don't like a super matte face. So this one's absolutely beautiful and it smells like Givenchy. You guys can kind of see a theme here. I really like long wearing natural skin finish foundations that are more on the matte side, but I don't like a matte that's gonna like suck all the life out of your skin and make your skin look dehydrated and dry and cling to dry patches or cling to peach fuzz. I'm not down with those type of mattes. I like a matte foundation that's almost more of like a satin and lasts a really nice amount of time on your skin, that's not heavy. I don't like a ton of full coverage foundation. So these are all kind of like that medium buildable to full coverage foundations that just look very natural on the skin, perfecting it, but giving it more of a matte canvas. The next one is this Kevyn Aucoin, the Etherealist Skin Illuminating Foundation. This one retails for $58. This is the shade Medium EF06. You only get 0.95 fluid ounces, so you're paying more and you're getting less, which I'm not down with that, but it is a really good foundation. So you're getting a little less product here. It is in a pump that, you know, the bottom kind of goes, so you can see how much foundation you have, which I really like because I feel like you get all the foundation. Sometimes with things like this, you pump and pump and pump and hope you get it all, but it's sometimes hard to get everything out of these bottles. This one, you kind of, it's the airless pump that pumps it all the way up, which I like. Now, I'm wearing this one today. I love this foundation. It is a little bit thicker. So when you pump it, it is more of a thick whipped foundation, but it blends into the skin absolutely beautifully. You can see that I'm not overly glowy or overly dewy. This one is more of a medium coverage foundation, probably on the light to medium coverage foundation. I can see my natural skin peeking through, but it is a gorgeous, like medium, like max you'll probably get out of this is a medium coverage. It looks beautiful on the skin. It perfects it. It gives this natural radiance to the skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup foundation. Well, obviously I have a full face on, but if you were to just wear this, it just evens out your skin tone and it gives it this beautiful natural glow that is not like overly dewy. And it plays well with other products, which I love. It doesn't make me overly oily throughout the day. I can get a full day wear using this foundation. So if you do like more glowy foundations, these two would be like the greatest ones for glow. This one's the Face Glow. This is the Etherealist. This one's way more glowy than the Etherealist. This one's more of that dewy glow. This one's more of that lit from within, healthy radiance to your skin. The next is the YSL Fusion Ink. This one, I love it because it's so liquidy. The liquidy, thin, like serumy consistency just like rocks my world. Absolutely love this one. This one retails for $60. And this one is interesting because like the other ones have pumps. This one's actually like a twist top and then you have like this calligraphy style pen. Do not love the packaging of that. To me, like taking this out, drawing it all over my face is a little bit of a pain, and for so much money that you're spending on this foundation, just put a pump on this thing. But the foundation is really, really good. This one is more of a full coverage foundation. It lasts all day. So even though you can build it to full coverage, it doesn't feel like full coverage. Very, very light and thin on the skin, which is what I like. I hate cakey foundations. I hate thick feeling foundations. I hate heavy feeling foundations. I want something that's going to feel like I don't have foundation on. I want to be able to touch my face and feel my skin and not touch my face and feel like a crap ton of foundation. So this one is beautiful. It's a little bit pricier. You get less product, but I love the way my skin looks every time I wear this. I have shade B40 Sand. I also have B50. B40 is definitely more towards my lighter shades. B50 is when I'm pretty tan. All right, last but not least, we have the most expensive and one of my most favorites, and it's the La Mer Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation. I have 2 shades in this, that's how much I love it. This is a $110 foundation, which is insane. This does have skincare properties in it, which is kind of why it's so expensive, plus it's La Mer. And this one is the shade Natural 12. I also have another shade when I'm tanner, I think it's Beige. This foundation is so beautiful. It is long wearing, but it's another one that kind of gives you that lit from within glow. Very similar to the Etherealist, which is why I think I like this one so much. My favorite way to apply this foundation is with a brush. Most of these foundations I love applying with the Beauty Blender, but this one particularly, I love the way it looks with the brush. This foundation is beautiful if you're wanting to splurge, if you are addicted to skincare and you love wearing makeup. This might be a great product because you kind of get your skincare and your foundation in one. I love it. I've justified it to myself that the price tag is worth it because I have 2 shades, but it's a stunning, stunning foundation. Guys, that is it for my top favorite high-end foundations. You may think that this is like, wow, she has a lot of high-end foundations. She just showed all the foundations she has, but that is not true. I have a lot that are just kind of like mediocre that I like, but I don't love, and I have a lot that I really don't like, and I wish I never spent the money on it, which you guys will see in another video. So thank you guys so much for watching. What are some of your favorite holy grail, like love them, high-end foundations? I want to know. Leave them down in the comments below. And the thing I love about makeup is that we're all different. We all have different expectations. Our skin tone, our skin type, our skin needs, all of that is different. So these are all going to work differently on all of us. So just because it worked for me doesn't mean it's going to be holy grail for you, and vice versa. And just because I classified something as like light or medium or full coverage, if you didn't have that same experience, that's okay, because our skin is different, and what I may consider to be full coverage or medium coverage is going to be different depending on your skin needs and what your canvas is that you're working with. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, which I just said, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.